There we go, then, people. The result we needed. The result we wanted. Not quite the performance that we wanted, I suppose. Not exactly entertaining or dominating. But at the end of the day, it's the 3 points that matters. And a big result like that is more important than a big performance. I think I said at the start of the vlog, if you haven't seen that, check it out. You know that I'll take an ugly 1-0 win. And in a sense, that was definitely an ugly 1-0 win. It wasn't too pretty, especially the first half. I think second half was a lot better. You know, first half was not great. First half we were slow, we were nervous. We didn't look up to it, you know what I mean? We made 5 changes in that game. 5 changes from the last game a couple of weeks ago. You know, the likes of Barnes came in, Wilson came in. Let's just cross this road here without trying to get run over. Thank you. Our taxi's going past now, thank you. And then we made those changes. You know, Botman came back in. Longstaff and Anderson were the big ones in the middle of the park as the changes that was made. And we just started so slow. I thought Brentford were crap today, by the way. I thought they were so bad. You know, they didn't want to know today, Brentford. They had no interest in that game. They just wanted to get back to London, get out of the Newcastle rain and go home. And they never laid a glove on with it. They never looked like doing it. In Newcastle, we weren't really doing much in that first half. You know, it was poor, it was tepid, it was very nervous, like I said. You know, I thought that was the big feeling for me. Like, the atmosphere was brilliant in the first 10-15 minutes, and I thought we were a bit nervous in possession, nervous with and without the ball, not really offering too much. But whatever Eddie Howe said at half-time worked. We didn't make many subs. I think it was only Almiron that came on towards the end. And it was thankfully a VAR decision that gave Callum Wilson a penalty, which gave us the goal. That worked out for us to go ahead and get the 3 points, go into some better lighting here for you. And that was the difference, you know, that Callum Wilson penalty. Because, and I'll say it, like, it wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not arsed that it wasn't great. I'm arsed about the 3 points. I'm bothered about getting back to winning ways, and that's the all-important thing. Getting back to winning ways. You know, 3 defeats in a row is now over, and we now have 3 points on the board. I think we're 11th in the league, 6 points, and 1 point better off than we were this time last year, I believe. So that's the most important thing. Getting that win under our belts, breeding some confidence towards Milan on Tuesday. A big game, obviously our first Champions League game in over 20 years on Tuesday night at the San Siro. And they got thrashed today in the derby. AC Milan lost 5-1 to Inter Milan. 5-1 defeat for them. So their confidence should be rock bottom. We should be picking up some momentum after today. Obviously, we rested a lot of players that will be sure to feature on Tuesday. You know, Tonali was on the bench. Isak was on the bench. Obviously, we're still yet to see the likes of Lewis Hall, Tino Livramento start. Joe Linton, what's his case with injury? We'll wait and see on that one. But, you know, there's big changes to be had on Tuesday, big decisions to be made, shall I say, from Eddie Howe. Wilson started. I've been crying out for Wilson to start because I think, you know, he's deserved it. He's been knocking on the door. His goal against Brighton. He was obviously rested during the international break, didn't play for England. Isak played for Sweden. So it made sense. But I thought they didn't do themselves any favours in that first half. You know, they didn't exactly cover themselves in glory. Bruno was playing further forward. Bruno Guimaraes was playing in his perfect position, middle of the park, Bruno in the middle. And he didn't dictate play as much as we'd like to, as much as he did last year. You know, he didn't do much in the middle of the park there for us, really. Second half was a lot better. Energy from Longstaff and Anderson was good. I thought Anderson was decent enough the first half and continue that on. Dan Burn was poor at the back first half, but second half was a lot better. And it's hard to judge because we really didn't get tested. I thought Brentford was shocking today. You know, there's a lot of plaudits for Brentford and Thomas Frank and the job he's done there, and rightfully so for the majority, but I think sometimes it's overhyped for me. I do think Brentford are overhyped sometimes. Poor showing from their fans today, not a good turnout, and not a good turnout from their players. I know they're missing Ivan Toney, and to be fair, Brentford were unbeaten coming into this game. A few draws in that, but they weren't beaten in the league so far. But the likes of Mbuemo and Visa, they didn't threaten enough. There was a chance early on, man, where it flashed across the goal. You'll see it in the vlog, and they had an opportunity. On another day, they could have took the lead. But, you know, I thought the referees overall today were very poor. 2 penalty decisions have went to VAR. One has been given, one hasn't. I'm yet to see it back One was a handball, so I don't really want to comment in on it too much because I haven't seen the highlights, so I don't want to come out here and say, it's a pen or it's not, without seeing it back when I was just in the stands. But I thought the referees made some dodgy decisions today. A lot of ones where you think, that's a free kick that wasn't given, and our player goes down, nothing's happening, then Brentford hit the deck, and then it's given, and some throw-ins and corners that were just clear as day, and they were given the opposite way. It was a bit dodgy, a bit strange. But I think it was a fair result in the end, and I think Newcastle deserved the 3 points. We're seeing more of the ball, we're creating more chances. We didn't massively create clear-cut opportunities, which was the disappointing thing for me. I don't think there was enough times where we threatened their keeper. I think in the first half, obviously, he makes a good save from Bruno, where it looks like it's going in, and the odd moment where it's fizzling across the box. But we weren't quite up to scratch again today. I don't know if that was nerves, if it was one eye on AC Milan on Tuesday, one eye on the Champions League, which you don't want to think about, you don't want to see, because that was the issue last year, wasn't it? Where, you know, we're constantly saying, the Carabao Cup's a distraction, the final's a distraction, we haven't put our form because of that. But the main thing for me today, like I said at the start, I said it in the preview from Ibiza. If you check out the matchday vlog, you see it's flying from Ibiza this morning to Newcastle today, from 30 degrees to the rain. And I said in that preview, and I said in the matchday vlog, just get the win today. I'm not bothered how it happens, so that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to say it. Look, we're back to winning ways today, back to business. Stop the rot of 3 defeats in a row. Get points on the board. Clean sheet, that's the main thing for me. You know, just getting that win, because yes, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't overly satisfying or convincing, but the main thing is getting that win. And like I said before, you know, sometimes getting that is bigger than a performance, because to be honest, we played way better. We did play way better in that Liverpool game here a few weeks ago, and we got 0 points from it. We got nought from that game, but heartache, headache, and that affected us in the Brighton game. You know, I think we were clearly hung over the week later against Brighton, where we didn't recover from that. So today we haven't played as well, but we've got the win, and that's the all important thing. In Brentford, we've been a lot of players, pundits, fans, top 10 this season, so it isn't a bad result at all when you think, you know, coming away with 3 points, getting that win at St James's, and then looking forward to AC Milan on Tuesday. That's what it's all about now. We've got the confidence, we're going to that game, the players will go there with a bit of a spring in their step, the fans will be a lot more joyous, and I thought the atmosphere was very good today, especially opening 20 minutes, and then it fizzled out a little bit, and then second half, I think we got them over the line. I mean, there was 9 minutes of added time. I don't know where 9 minutes came from. I know there was a couple of VAR checks, but 9 minutes. It was about 5 minutes at a push, but 9 minutes at a time was a joke. But Newcastle hung on. They were smart. They did the job. And we've got the win. We've got the 3 points at St James's, and that's all that matters. Because for me now, like I said, it sees us on the fringe of top 10 after the first 2 games. The fixture list was always damning, was always difficult. We've got 6 points now out of the opening 5 games, and you know, we can all get excited for the Champions League. And then again, you know, it'll be attention to Sheffield United next Sunday, which is another huge game. But for now, we'll focus on AC Milan. I will be there in Milan. I am flying to Milan tomorrow morning, so I'm going to end this vlog now because I need to get home and get packed. Like I said, I've came up from Ibiza the day, international break, little trip away, and then we've got AC Milan tomorrow, train to London, fly from London to Milan, and we're there for a couple of days to bring you all the Champions League content. Absolutely buzzing for it, so we'll look forward to that. So do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for those updates. Please give a like on this video. Let me know your comments for what you thought of Newcastle United 1, Brentford 0. See you on the next one.